Good morning and welcome back or welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with me this morning. I hope that you have, wherever you are, a cozy drink. And I'm joined here by my co-host Gordie, my orange cat. Mwah, such a good boy. And just was going to start here with our Daily Stoic. I had started this channel just to have kind of an outlet to share things that I'm excited about here. By day, I'm a mom, a wife, and a teacher, and I just enjoy finding pockets of time to create throughout the day. And so I just wanted to have a space to share things that I'm loving, things that are inspiring me, maybe even some work I'm doing, or showing up and doing some work here in the morning. So I start with my mug this morning. It's Glenda the Good Witch that I had found. It's said, "You're capable of more than you know." And this quote is going to kind of inspire the rest of the video and what I was working on. I guess it was Sunday, doing some more lettering, but with my BRUSHMARKER PRO by KARIN. And again, it's like a water-based pen, but I'll get into that in a minute. So you'll kind of see the synchronicity, I guess, of the mug here that tied into kind of inspired me to do some lettering here this weekend. So let's dive into the Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. Today is January 14th. It says, "Cut the strings that pull your mind. Understand at last that you have something in you more powerful and divine than what causes the bodily passions and pulls you like a mere puppet. What thoughts now occupy my mind? Is it not fear, suspicion, desire, or something like that?" And that was Marcus Aurelius. It says, "Think of all the interests vying for a share of your wallet or for a second of your attention. Food scientists are engineering products to exploit your taste buds. Silicon Valley engineers are designing applications as addictive as gambling. The media is manufacturing stories to provoke outrage and anger. These are just a small slice of the temptations and forces acting on us, distracting us and pulling us away from the things that truly matter." Marcus, thankfully, was not exposed to these extreme parts of our modern culture, but he knew plenty of distracting sinkholes too: gossip, the endless call of work, as well as fear, suspicion, lust. Every human being is pulled by these internal and external forces that are increasingly more powerful and harder to resist. Philosophy is simply asking us to pay careful attention and to strive to be more than a pawn. As Viktor Frankl puts it in the will to meaning, man is pushed by drives but pulled by values. These values and inner awareness prevent us from being puppets. Sure, paying attention requires work and awareness, but isn't that better than being jerked around on a string? Yeah, so just our attention and just paying attention and yeah, I wanted to share something here if I can made me think of The Artist Way, something I was reading. I was just talking about attention and how Oh, I have it on a post-it out by my other desk. And now I can't find it. Oh, here we go. Okay. The capacity for delight is the gift of paying attention. So just kind of tying that in with what they were saying in the Stoic this morning, that as human beings, having that inner just ability to pay attention to the world around us. The reward for attention is always healing. I like that too. More than anything else, attention is an act of connection. Yeah, so I really had liked that one and wrote it on a post-it. The capacity for delight is the gift of paying attention. So you can pay attention. How much you pay attention is kind of how much you are able to delight and find joy. And through reading The Artist Way, like I said, everything just started to become kind of beautiful and felt like art. I just paid attention and noticed more through reading that. So it kind of reminded me of what we read this morning with the Daily Stoic. So I thought I would just share. I've been doing more of the brush lettering. Yesterday I'd shared a set of Tombow pens that I really liked, and I decided to pull out these KARIN Brush Pro markers this weekend. It's been a while since I've used them. They're a supply, I guess, that is a little more costly, and so at first I found myself not wanting to use them too much or overuse them because I wanted to save them for like a special project. And I have found that just the more I can use these supplies, kind of through the Artist Way, again, just the showing up, doing the work daily. I'm not very good with words. Just using the supplies that we kind of put up on a pedestal daily. Otherwise, they're just going to dry out, and that's what happens a lot of times. I'll have, maybe not necessarily with art supplies, but I save something like a gift card, say, and oh, I'm going to save this gift card to use it. And then I've had probably at least 1 or 2 gift cards where the business has gone out of business and I never used the gift card. And the person that gifted it to me, then it just, so using the supplies that you have, and you're good enough to use them, and you should use them. Nothing is ever lost in art. You can always change it or add to it, which is changing it. So for the, I was just going to show you a few of the brush lettering things that I worked on Sunday. Again, I get really hyper focused on things. So, and I guess I would use prolific to describe, just will bang out the same sort of thing. Like once I get on a roll, I just really enjoy it and just find that dopamine or serotonin from it, and I just keep chasing it. Okay, so anyways, let's get in the weeds. So this was one that I had made. This is one of my favorite like quotes or affirmations I use multiple times a day. I try to remind myself every day, in every way my life gets better and better, by Louise Hay. And I was just playing around. This was kind of my first attempt writing it out, and then I went over it with a black Sharpie pen in more of like a loose cursive over top. I think if I were to do it again, I would not do it over every single word. I would have only done like that accent word or words that I wanted to accent, but that's how we roll. So, and then I had done that a couple more times, just practicing. This time I tried it with all more like capital letters. Every day and every way my life gets better and better, by Louise Hay. Same thing. I probably would only have done the loose cursive on top of a couple of the words. And again, I was just practicing again, like the spacing for me, where I want to put things, what colors I want to use every day in every way. My life gets better and better. And then I got into making this one. I've had this as like a sign. I should have brought it in out by my other desk for probably over a year now. It was from The Artist Way in chapter 2. I looked it up this weekend. And it was like a list of like 10 kind of guidelines, like rules of the road for the Artist Way. And it had said to post this someplace where you would see it. So I posted it by my other desk. It says, great creator, I will take care of the quantity, you take care of the quality. And I just love that so much. It's just a reminder to just do that, to show up. It doesn't just keep doing the work and having fun and playing, and in that God or the creator or the universe, it's gonna take care of the quality over time, or find some happy accidents. So I made a couple of those. I might make some more maybe for our girls group to have one. So I really liked the colors that I had put together, kind of the palette of colors there. I had written it down. This is kind of how I take notes in my brain. I had written down some of the, I marked they have numbers, each of them, and they have a color as well. Like this one's 276 warm gray. But I had just written out so I would know for future use some of the colors and the color palettes. I was playing around a little bit with what I want to use. Just take that back up. Oh, put that up there. So, anyways, I just really love those colors together. It made my brain light up when I saw those colors together. So, and I liked the words that I had picked out to accentuate, I guess. And again, just kind of thinking when I'm doing things like this, do I want to do certain words? Do I want the letters, each letter to be a different color? Do I want just the whole word to be one color, like I did with the Louise Hay quote there that I had shown? So anyways, I really liked how that one turned out. So I would like to try to create some more like that. And just put that over there. And then this mug here had really kind of inspired me. I've always loved The Wizard of Oz, and especially Glinda the Good Witch. And sorry, just gonna take a sip there. So if I really think about this quote too long, I probably would get kind of teary-eyed and emotional. I really love this quote in the movie where she tells Dorothy at the end of the movie that you've always had the power, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself. I just love that so much. It resonates so much that probably in my mid to late 30s, kind of realizing that lesson that we all have always had the power. We just had to learn it for ourselves, learn how to use it. And yeah, so I really, really love that quote. You've always had the power, my dear. You just had to learn it for yourself. So that was, again, just something that I was kind of playing around with. And then that led me to the mug. And this was from, I think it's not The Return of Oz. It was Oz the Great and Powerful, I guess. You're capable of more than you know. Glinda the Good Witch. And so in this one, I did more of like a printing, but I was trying to get the letters to touch because they're kind of like watercolors, the pens, and when they touch, they're kind of, I don't like the word, I kind of don't like the word juicy, but they just have so much pigments in them that they just kind of will, just like a watercolor, if you touch it, it'll kind of blend, I guess, a little bit with these. And they have blenders that you can, I was playing around a little bit. I need to play more with them, but I think that's what I was trying to do there, was go back with a blender. Looks more like a bleach spot on there. So anyways, I'm getting in the weeds. So you're capable of more than you know. I had done some more like cursive, and I was having fun doing a different color for each letter with that. Again, trying to kind of touch and overlap a little bit. And then the same thing here, using some cursive. And then I thought, oh, that would be kind of fun to add a little star, and I kind of turned it into a wand, and I liked that. And so I had done same thing. I think I had played around maybe more with like the spacing of things. Again, I'd done it in print with a wand. Oh, and then this one I've gone over the word capable with loose cursive, which I liked. Yeah, this is probably my favorite out of the three I did. Kind of like how this one turned out. You're capable of more than you know. And again, adding the wand. And it was from the Return, not the Return of Oz, the Great and, what did I say? Oz, the Great and Powerful. I think it said it was like 2013 it came out. I think Michelle Williams was in it said. And then I just love this quote. This was another like tidbit or quote from The Artist Way. There's a part in there where it says, "This is extravagant, but so is God." I just love that so much. This is extravagant, but so is God. And actually, my aunt had gifted me this really nice devotional, and the first devotional in it had talked about that, just how extravagant God is, and how it says, like in The Artist Way, we have to remember that we're the cheapskates, not God. God is extravagant and abundant, and so I love that. So that was like using all the different shades of blue, just again, just trying to play around with that a little bit. I was trying to play around with doing my S's backwards a little bit. I rewrote it. I like this one better. I really like the colors on this one for God. I like the G, how that came out. This looks a little better. My spacing again, and like for me, even when I write in print, I tend to like get uneven line like that. I probably need to put with a ruler a light pencil mark and give myself a little bit of a line to stay on, because I just naturally tend to move up the page. But yeah, again, playing with those S's, that was kind of fun. I like those. And so I was really enjoying the capitals with doing a little bit of the cursive to really accentuate a word or two. And then I think this was kind of the last one. Make space for miracles in your life. Again, I just really like that thought, that idea. I think I had read something from Louise Hay the other day that was similar. But I just like that idea. Make space or make room for miracles in your life. And that was just using the different shades of purple. And I was quite happy with that too, using the different shades. So I found this too. This was, I think, something on Instagram. I think I saved it. I am my niche. So I like that too. Just that we're all our own niche, and we don't have to be pigeonholed kind of into one thing. We can play and experiment with lots of things, and that's us. We're our own niche. So I just kind of like that idea too. So, okay, we have a little time left. I think we'll maybe do a little bit of the brush lettering and kind of close things out. So I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take a sip of coffee before I start, and I think we'll do this quote again here, that you're capable of more than you know. So you'll notice, again, these are, this is the Warm Gray 3. Hopefully you can kind of see on the video when I press down just how much they're a water-based pigment. So you can do just so much with these markers. You could draw out, I was thinking of playing around with like just a circle and then taking like a water brush pen and adding some water to it. So they're really kind of like watercolors that you can use them as. I probably should have warmed up a little bit before I started, but. And so, like I was talking about yesterday, when I go to do my downstroke, I'm going to just press a little heavier on the pen, and then as I lift up, I'm going to kind of lighten my pressure. So you get more of like that thick mark with the thinner on the up side. Same thing, kind of heavy pressure on the downstroke, and then lighter pressure. And really kind of holding your pen perpendicular when you're using these brush pens, whether it's like the Tombow, any kind of brush pen, holding it more perpendicular. It took me a long time to figure out how to use these pens. I remember I was getting very frustrated that why is it not looking like these? And I still have a lot to learn with these and to discover, but that is one thing I've finally realized. So and so let's just do, and I'm going to just do cursive, I think, this morning with this. Because I didn't really love how the print came out. And so you can see how I'm just going to kind of go over that. I don't love how that came out, but that's okay. It's just practice, just play. And so I'm going to just use I'm thinking I might run out of room. My spacing, you can see my letters are getting, they said, I was looking at one of the books I had last night that really, if you drew lines, it should be perpendicular and the spacing should really be equal between the letters, obviously, but still just learning, still just practicing. And I'm just going to move that over a little bit because I want my, actually, oh, it should be okay. I want my F to be, here we go, over here. And then, so just again, we're going to do, now I have plenty of room on this page. So, I think one of my favorite letters to make is an R like that. I just love making that R. It's so satisfying. The big, thick downstroke. Gordie here. Probably if I don't know this paper though, it's different. I'm just gonna make a star. One. I was thinking I wanted to, it might be a little bit too much pink all in this area, but I really want to put her name in pink because when I think of her, I think of pink, not gray. So just thinking how I want to write. Just going to print it. And when this fully dries, you could go over, like I said, with loose cursive over top. And I was thinking I could put the name of the movie under it, since I don't think that was from the original movie. Could be wrong. But yeah, so you're capable of more than you know. I just like how when it dries, obviously it looks like watercolor because it is a water-based pen. And for this quote, I used the Soft Peach 2. It's 201. And this was probably the Soft Peach here too. And then Rose Pink, number 168. And again, it's the Brushmaker Pro. And I have a really hard time telling the difference between this one and the next one. We could do a swatch here in a second. And then Pale Pink was the other color I used, 220. Pale Pink. And the gray was a Warm Gray 3, 276, if you're wondering. So I just flip back. Okay, I had a page that I had started that I didn't finish. You could just swatch these up so you can see. That's the gray, obviously, but the pinks are quite close in color. So this is the Pale Pink, number 220. And I'm actually just going to practice some of the loose lines like we were doing yesterday. Still need to, I have a hard time switching over between. Oh my goodness, there's Gordon, right on cue. He does that at least once a day. That's usually everything goes flying. Hi buddy, did you want to say hello? Yes, I love you too. You're so good. Even when you're so naughty. Oh my goodness. Yes. Hello. Just want to say hello to everybody. Okay. Why don't you go sit in your cat tree now? He's over here. His cat tree's right behind me. Oh goodness. Okay, so I don't even remember. I think that was the pale pink I said. And that was 220. And this is rose pink. Rose pink is 168. Oh boy. Rose pink, 168. And soft peach. More Gordie here. Soft peach too. Number 201. Okay. So yeah, you can see the difference. I like all three of them. The rose pink and the pale pink are quite close in color. And I like that soft peach. All right, I think we're going to close out there for today. And let's just close out with our tiny book of tiny pleasures by Irene Smith and Astrid Van Hurst. And this was gifted to me by my friend Julia, and she knows me so well. I just love love the pictures, love the colors. It's just such a fun book. Dressing up or having a costume party. A well-stocked cupboard. That is true. I love that they use the squirrel with the acorn for that. I just love this, the pineapple. Dressing up or having a costume party. That would be so fun to have that as a costume. I love that. Okay, so I think I'll leave you with that. And thank you so much for spending your time with me. And I hope that we'll see you again soon. Until then, be well.